I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thanks so much for joining us. Vision correction surgery is a dream come true for people who want to free themselves of the hassle and the financial burden of wearing glasses and contacts. I, for one, was thrilled to get LASIK about 25 years ago. Seeing the alarm clock when I opened my eyes in the morning was amazing. But now the ophthalmology community is really excited to finally have FDA approval of the EVO implantable lens. Patients can't see or feel it, and it requires zero maintenance. EVO gives LASIK-like results to patients who may not be good candidates for LASIK. EVO offers improved night vision and provides UV protection. It can be removed if the patient doesn't want it anymore. It's been in research and development for more than a decade. And this is pretty amazing. EVO lenses have been implanted in about 2 million eyeballs around the world. So we've got an expert with us today to talk about this amazing treatment. Dr. Beau Gardner is one of the eye guys, you know, the Augusta eye guys over at Eye Physicians and Surgeons. And one of his EVO patients is here too. Eva Maria Foltz. Thank you all both so much for being here today. I think it's going to be great to hear about this. As I was saying in the intro, I was really excited to have LASIK, but it does often cause dry eyes. And so that's something that I have dealt with. And with this EVO, dry eyes is not necessarily a problem with that.
Yeah, so this new technology that lets us correct vision abnormalities is not the same as LASIK. It's a different way altogether, and there's really very little or no dry eyes associated with the condition.
Now, one of the things that I think we should explain right off the top, when you say the ICL, it's not implantable contact lenses, but Collamer lenses.
Right, so Collamer is an interesting made-up word that the company who created this is, but it's basically making a polymer out of collagen, which is a natural substance that in our bodies. And so they basically have figured out a way to create a lens out of natural materials in a proprietary way, of course, but they have this great new technology, so it's natural, it's soft, it's flexible, and it slips right on top of your natural lens as an additive lens inside the eye.
Well, Eva Maria, I'm so sorry, Eva Maria. Now, you've had the procedure. When did you have it done?
I want to say in mid-early last year. So it's been like 9 or 10 months since I've had it at this point.
And did you have any kind of treatment before that, or were you glasses and contacts?
I was glasses and contacts, mostly glasses.
Yes. Yeah, and what did you notice, like, the afternoon that you had the procedure, you were starting to see things?
Yeah, it was immediate. As soon as you open your eyes, or the volume wears off, that you can actually see everything. There's a little bit of fog from the antibiotic ointment, I think is what it is, but it's not from the actual procedure, it's just from that ointment.
Can I tell you one thing that I remember from way back when I had LASIK? The procedure is really quick, and there's several people in the room with you, and you've had your Valium, so you're kind of relaxed. But one of the women made a comment about the clock or the time. And I remember, is there a clock? Is there a clock on the wall? Well, like 10 minutes later when it's all done, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like 2:05. There's the clock, I can see it. And it was so funny, though. My mother had driven me, and the whole drive home, I'm like reading billboards, and I'm so amazed that I can just see. I was amazed with the immediacy. And so you felt the same thing with that?
Yeah, I mean, I was a little cranky after because you're kind of groggy and you're, not really in the right state of mind. But the next morning, I even took a video of it, and it was amazing. I woke up. I've never had the experience of opening your eyes and just being able to see.
Yes, I know. And you don't have any issues with dry eye?
No, I've never had dry eye at all, like even during the recovery process. I never had dry eyes. I don't have any side effects from the procedure at all.
And so it is something you would definitely do again?
100%, yeah.
Now the EVO is more expensive than LASIK, but it's also a different procedure. LASIK is more like reshaping the cornea, right?
So yeah, LASIK is a different procedure. We do laser vision correction, and we make a little tiny flap in the cornea, reshape the cornea with a laser, and set the flap down.
Right.
Modern LASIK doesn't have as much dry eye as LASIK back 20 years ago.
Okay.
So the modern LASIK with our laser systems is less of that, but it is still a complication or an event that can happen, and we can deal with it later on. But EVO, we're not doing anything that can cause dry eye. The incision is only 3 millimeters. There's no flaps, there's nothing changed or shaped or reshaped. It's just a little lens that's inserted inside, and it naturally sits on top. It's almost like a contact lens for the lens itself, inside the eye. So instead of sitting on top of your natural cornea, it's inside on your natural lens.
I just think it sounds amazing. One of the things I think about, like with a contact lens, is some fogginess or smudginess, but that's not going to happen when it's in your eye.
Never seen it. It's never been reported. It just sets right inside. It's natural material, belongs there, and
Right,
it just
and that's
sets
the
on top.
collagen
And that's
that's
the
the part of
polymer.
it.
That's right.
That is
Yeah,
just
it's fantastic
fantastic.
technology. The other thing that I think is so neat about it is it's correcting the visual problem closer to the center of the optical system, which gets in, the physics of light. But the closer to the center of a system that you make the correction, the less distortion you get. And so because we're not correcting this on the surface of the eye, or glasses are out in front even further from the center, we're getting less distortion. And so we get some of the best vision I've ever seen in ophthalmology
Wow.
after EVO procedures.
And it's also supposed to help, like with night vision. Is that
So
true?
it doesn't tend to distract at night. We don't
Yeah.
tend to have other complications of halos or rings or glare. And I don't know what you thought, Eva Maria,
Yeah,
if you had that issue.
well, I
or-
have astigmatism, so driving at night has always been hard. I would not like to wear my glasses when I drive. I just didn't drive at night a lot before my procedure. Now I don't have the astigmatism glare where it looks like everything's shiny and kind of hurting
Right.
your eyes. I prefer driving at night now because it's just so, it's like you can enjoy everything again.
So that's an experience you didn't expect going into it.
Well, I had done a little bit of research and I saw that night vision was supposed to be better for people with astigmatism. So I don't know if it cured my astigmatism or not.
So yeah, we're treating that. The
Yeah.
astigmatism is on the shape of your cornea, and we're just counteracting that inside the eye.
Yeah.
So we can treat up to 4 diopters of astigmatism, which is quite a bit inside the eye.
But what about like when your eye changes? What if your vision changes?
So if you're not rubbing your eyes a whole lot, the cornea after about 21 to 23 years old doesn't really shift or change very much, so you shouldn't have much vision change. As we get into our 40s, it's not uncommon to start needing reading glasses, and Eva Maria might eventually need those when she's up close trying to see later on. But it should be a very stable refraction for a very long time.
That is just
Yeah, we love
so-
it. It's been a fantastic addition to what we can offer
to what you
folks.
do there.
Yeah.
Now, is there any insurance benefit, or is it considered elective?
It's considered elective,
Okay.
so this is out of pocket kind of procedure. It is slightly more expensive than LASIK, but not dramatically more. We try really hard to keep the cost as close to LASIK as we can.
Right.
And it really expands who's available to get it. So that's what I love about it too, is so many folks, we're very cautious when it comes to eyes. We're not cavalier at all. And there are some folks who have corneas that are too thin or refractions that are too great to reliably do LASIK.
Yeah.
And they've been told no, because we're not going to take chances with your
Exactly.
eyes. But EVO makes it possible for us to bring those folks into the fold and get them out of their glasses and contacts. And oftentimes, those are the folks with the worst refractive errors possible. So we see people, EVO can go from a -3 to a -20, which is
That's a huge range.
incredible. We
Wow.
typically stop on LASIK at -8 or
10?
so.
Yeah,
8 to 10 is really
Wow.
pushing it. And
Wow.
so lots of folks who were just told no are now able to get this taken care of.
This was one of the things that I thought was so valuable about doing this kind of a segment, because so many people have been told, you're not a candidate for LASIK, you're not a candidate for LASIK. You may not know there is something else now. So Dr. Beau Gardner, thank you for sharing about the EVO with us. I think that a lot of people are going to be happy to know that it does exist. And Eva Marie, thank you for just being over here and telling us about your experience with it.
Yeah, of course.
That's just great. We appreciate you sharing with us. We'll be right back.